able to recover that fumble.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Looking to throw is Williams. He finds his target, Allen. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll try it now with Swift. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Oh, on the defensive side, that is so deflating.
Not only is it deflating, they've got to look at each other's eyes on that side of the ball and take each other's measure. You've got them backed up, perfect situation, and what they said to you on the other side is, we don't think you can stop us. Went ahead and got it in that position. That should never happen.
There to make the tackle, Khalil Mack. 6-0 our score after one. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. To throw, Williams. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. On play action, here's Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, a 22.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Here's Swift. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. DeAndre Swift taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bears are an extra point away from capturing the lead. Santos with the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd down, here's Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Herbert forced out to his left. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a first down.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with third down and just a yard to go. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Herbert wants to throw it on 3rd and 1. That is caught. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Herbert. The defense gets a hand on it, but he still grabs it. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL.
That one out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. After the turnover, here's Herbert. That ball caught by the rookie from Georgia. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Now it's Herbert. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Bears are going to have it here just past the 25.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Christian Fulton. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the...
There he goes left side. And he'll go out of bounds, but 10 yards inside of enemy territory at the 40. Great return. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this 3rd quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Herbert now. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Herbert. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the 3rd quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They snap it to Herbert. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. On 1st down, it's Herbert. That one complete to McConkey. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the first half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, that one was pretty easy to see. I don't understand what he's upset about. I think it was the correct call.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too. This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides, and there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw here, Herbert. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 17-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
To throw on 3rd down, Herbert. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. That's just 32 yards officially from the right hash. Oh, he left this one out to the right. That's a bad miss. No good. And that will keep this a 2-point game. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw, it's Williams. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground. Here comes the Bears punter now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returnable here for Davis. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. The passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. Out of the gun, Herbert. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So the scoring dried up here in the 3rd. Nothing that quarter for either side. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. That's going to be caught. It's Palmer. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 26. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. He'll take it inside the 25.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Another run here with Dobbins. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. A gain of 3, second down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
From the gun, Herbert on third down. Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And it's incomplete. They can not convert, and they turn it over. The fourth down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Pass complete is Scott. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
But just over a minute to go in the football game. 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. They'll look to throw. Here we go. This is 4th down. They'll go. Here's Williams. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game. But, hey, they got enough points to get the job done, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win. And in this type of a game, to play their defense,